Hey guys, this is Razor Joe again. How you doing? So today I thought I would do a little chat about road rage and road rage against motorcycles, but also just as a motorcycle rider, how I can keep from getting mad at people who are driving stupid. And I think as riders, we all see it, quite a bit of it, and I think it would have a tendency, especially if you have a close call, it would have a tendency to make you mad. Just the other day as I was riding, I was moving into a lane and another person didn't look in their mirror. I was already in the lane. I had just moved there, but they didn't check and started moving over into me, and so I was able to just move over into the other lane because that I had just left recently. I saw that it was clear initially, but there's a few things like that have happened, but I know there's far worse things that I've seen, like on videos and stuff like that. But I started thinking about, and I thought about this long before I ever got my motorcycle. I think I mentioned in another video that for the first week after I purchased it, before I rode it, I started driving my car as if I were in a motorcycle. But during that time, I knew that you don't want to drive angry. You don't want to ride your motorcycle angry, especially. And I thought about how I can keep from getting angry at some of the stupid things people do and holding on to that to the point where I'm so frustrated by what just happened that I end up allowing myself to get into an accident down the road because I'm not fully focused and paying attention because I'm too obsessed with how stupid this driver was back there. And so what I decided to do is basically think of all these cars on the road here as animals, and knowing obviously that they're people and all that. I'm not trying to fool myself necessarily, but it's just a mindset I have to have, because I equated them with, like, let's say a whole group. Oh, there's a guy coming up. There's a guy coming up right behind me. I don't know if he's going to get next to me. Here he goes. But so let's say there's a whole group of rhinoceros running, and you're just trying to run amongst them. And your goal is to basically be able to ride around with this group of rhinoceros and not get killed. But you're not going to be mad because one is going super slow, or you're not going to be mad because one crosses over in front of you. You're not going to be mad if one suddenly stops. You're just going to know going in that that's a possibility, because animals just do what animals are going to do. And so as long as you start putting yourself in that mindset that these cars are just like a rhinoceros, we'll call them autonoceros or autonoceri, then you start getting of the mindset that it's not really a person there, it's just an animal, and they're going to do what you already anticipated they were going to do. And that's helped me a lot to know that this person who's getting ready to turn left is probably going to pull out. So what are my options? I can slow down to where I can stop if I have to. I can turn towards where they just came from, hoping they'll be gone by that time. I can move over into the left lane that's empty and hope they take the first lane if they're turning right. There's a few options, but knowing that that's going in is a possibility, as you're going into that, allows you to watch things before they even happen. And often I'm right about what the car was gonna do, and so I'm consequently not surprised. I've already adjusted my speed, or I've adjusted my position, or I've adjusted something to where it doesn't cause me any burdens with when that car does exactly what I anticipated it doing. And what thinking about them as animals helps me do is not get mad that they just did what they did, because I can't really hold them responsible as an animal. And so I've seen videos of road ragers and motorcyclists getting mad and banging on people's windows and stuff like that. I mean, guys, hopefully you don't do that, but if you do something like that, you got to know you're going to lose. I mean, they're in a car, and if you do that to the wrong person, who knows what could happen if they don't jump out and physically confront you at that point. And I've seen videos like this too. They're just going to ram you with their car, and you're going to lose every time. So it's really just not worth it. You just need to let that stuff go. Had to make that light. But you just need to let that stuff go and move on to the next. Chances are, in all likelihood, typically they're not targeting you. They're just an idiot, or they're just an a-hole driver. They don't care about anybody else. They think the whole world revolves around them sometimes. And as soon as you start banging on windows and making it personal and chasing them and following them and stuff like that, it ends up to where they are targeting you. And if they're crazy enough to just basically disregard everybody else and change lanes and cut people off, imagine what they're going to do when you are the target of their hate at that moment. It could be pretty devastating. So this method of thinking of everything, all the cars as animals, has really helped me not hold on to anything and just move on and just go, basically, yeah, that guy was an idiot. And then stay focused on the traffic, stay focused on what I have to do next. Without that, I think daily motorcycles would be constantly pissed off. So anyway, that was just a quick thought and explanation. Oh, and a side note is it also helped me to, in this same vein of thinking of all the cars as animals, I thought of my motorcycle as one as well, and so I named her Cece, C-E-E, and it works on a couple levels. It's a female name, number one. CC, obviously it's 300 cc's, so it kind of stands for that, but also it's black and white, so it kind of stands for cookies and cream, but I just spelled it C-E-E to be fun. So I felt like that would help me in this mode of thinking of animals, and it would also help me take better care of her, having given her a name, so it's more like a pet, like I've equated these motorcycles to, and make me think of it, more in that term, so that I take better care of it and do the maintenance I'm supposed to do. And if it's just an object, I'm probably less likely to take care of it. So anyway, that was about it, and I guess we will see you next time. Have a good one, guys.